Hello and welcome back to Ultimate Marble Racing Season 5 and a hydrate off the get-go, so I can't hurry up because first I gotta hydrate. Gotta stay hydrated. So we are back once again. Race 24 Mini Mayhem. Space Egg Lore. Yeah. Not making music in the way you're thinking of it. More, I quite enjoy going on a very slight tangent right now. I enjoy playing around with AI tools. Whenever there's a new AI tool, I'll play endlessly with it for a consistent period of time. I'll probably get very annoying with it. So, starting out with the chatbots, picture generators. Haven't really played with any video generators. Don't know how publicly accessible they are. I think they're quite accessible now. And song generators. So yeah, I did mess around with the song generators and had a good laugh making some diss tracks and stuff with those. They are pretty fun to play around with and actually really good. Really good at what they do. The AI behind that's absolutely crazy. Maybe we could do that as like a future stream if people wanted to have a look. I do have like subscriptions to various AI tools, including the music one. So if people were interested in a stream where we just did a mess around casual stream, maybe making random songs, maybe dissing people in the chat, who knows? I'm sure we could do something with it just for a laugh. But anyway, back to what we're here for. Mini Mayhem, another new track for this season. We do that and leave you out of it. Oh no, now you've said that, I feel like you'd have to be the first one. Superboss is leading. A strong lead, then Azure Shady following. Green Slushy's going strong at the moment. Alfonso, not so much, but Azure Shady putting the work in right now. So let's head over to the track. Yeah, move on swiftly. So here we are. Mini Mayhem. There's a few people quite like using the office. Don't know if it's necessarily earlier tracks that might have enjoyed using this one. Yeah, relatively small track, but definitely not short. Does take longer than you'd think to get around this track. But before we have a look around, predictions. Now, of course, it's going to be another blind prediction unless you've played this track yourself. So we'll see if anyone gets it right. 2 minutes to get those predictions in. How many DNFs will there be? Smells like a lot of DNFs. Maybe. Maybe not. Isn't Mini Mayhem the name of Dr. Evil's tiny twin? Is that a reference to something that I should know? Probably is. So, at the start, going into a bowl between the trees, then down a bit of a spiral. We have two different routes, one quicker than the other. Then going round to this interesting box U-turn. It's not even a U-turn, it's a little bit more than that. And then through a zigzag. Do wonder if there's a line here. You might be able to nail a line perfectly through there. Referring to Mini-Me from the Austin Powers. Okay. I see. Gonna be open here. I know what Austin Powers is. I've seen clips from it, but I've never watched the movies myself. I'm sure some people will be amazed by that. But yeah, never actually just sat and watched the movies. So going up the steps then into a ladder was favourite obstacle. Get confused every time you hear Mini. Yeah, because you're Mini on various other things. But you have an array of names across different socials and games. So going around a hairpin, then going across a few lanes here, if you can get your speed and angle just right, get a good line through here, make a good bit of time. Then going around, got 2 water sections on the side. Aim here is probably to go straight down the middle and over the jump. Try and line it up perfectly. And then hopping down here for the rollback, into another rollback, up a hill. Oh, and a bit quick there, and then a ladder. I mean, we have this hill. Could have had that where the other 2 ladders are. Maybe save some time. But, you know, who am I to question the map maker? The track creator. I'm sure they know best. So, did I even say the track creator's name? I have a funny feeling I didn't. It was at the start, and it was a name that I think it was a bunch of letters. So I don't think I would have had much joy trying to figure out what the name was meant to be anyway. I remember looking at it before. I'll quickly go back and have a look. Yes, CXCVQ. That's who the track's by. Right, 6 laps. Front row, we have Stardust, Snorker, Fluids, and Jimmy. Back row, Wheat, Alfonso, Moo, and Were. Prediction, Peskibird first, Demon second, Fluids third. See if you're right. So we've got some new trails, Demon and Moo. Demon with the snow, Moo with the space line, which is like the black line but with stars in it. And that is for the subs, for being subbed on Twitch. Of course, I appreciate very much. And in return, get a nice trail for your marble. Make you stand out from the crowd. So Peskibird will be leading, Snorker in second, going into the first checkpoint, Azur in third, Cheese with a lunge there on the inside of Fluids. A big pile up in this section. Well, it was your choice, but always appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Peskibird and Snorker breaking away from everyone else early here, side by side, going towards the ladder. And they will be on the ladder side by side. Let's see what happens here. Moo and Demon going to be trading a little bit, not great onto the ladder, just proving that it's not pay to win, just pay to stand out from the crowd. Trailing a little bit, yeah. Just chaos through this section. Wait until they come out the other end to say the positions. And it's going to be Were out first, Fluids second, so the lead between Snorker and Peskibird just dropped instantly there. Now into the rollbacks. This is where we could see some contact to try and gain some time. Like Eggbot and Azur there. Going up the hill, Fluids, Were and Iceman close together. Checkpoints fairly spread out on this track. In fact, I think the checkpoints are just in that one section, so we won't see the positions update until we get to the start finish. I think there was some contact between Were and Fluids there. Were managing to squeeze on, actually doing alright first lap around on the ladders. Were surprising everyone. The pile up at the bottom of the ladder there. Some difficulties for Weep and Shady. Cheese is going to squeeze on in front. Been practicing, it's paying off. Leading into the second lap. Iceman trying to get an inside line on the drop, but doesn't quite get. It was a good drop down actually. Everyone else going to be going around a couple of times. Peskibird getting past Fluids. Then we have Snorker followed by Moo. And then Superboss, Eggbot, Demon go lunge in front of Azure. Yeah, looks like everyone's going to be hugging that outside wall. No one's going to be taking the quicker route. I think it's a tricky one to get. There we go, no, he didn't miss a checkpoint, I don't think. There's just the 4 checkpoints there and then the start-finish checkpoint. I don't know how you'd be able to miss one. So if you did, it would be very impressive. Definitely have to get someone to find the clip and watch it back and see what happened. I think you're good. Currently side by side with Iceman battling for first. Snorker and Pesky Bird once again side by side. Then Demon, Fluids, Eggbot, Stardust and Superboss followed by Moo. There's followed by Jimmy, Alfonso, Wheat and Cheese. And then Shady trailing behind in this race. Wormman and Snorker Bird. Best superhero duo. Great line by Snorker there. A bit of contact with Iceman, I think it was. Moo with a good line as well. Iceman's going to give them a little nudge on the way through. But Snorker's going to go up into first. We're in second. Iceman third. Moo in fourth. Looking like a fairy. Now I think this track may be fairly protected for those going for higher DNF counts. May not be in luck here unless anyone gets stuck anywhere. But this might be quite the clean race. Definitely not saying that to possibly jinx it and throw some chaos into the mix. But Snorker now trying to break away in the lead. It's going to be a good position increase from 6th up to 1st on that lap. Fluids, Eggbot, Demon and Stardust. So there we go. Snorker taking the fastest lap as well. Everyone's saying goodbye to their eggs. That is the risk. How are you in first now? Oh, very good point. But Snorker's dropped back down to 6th. The checkpoints definitely seem to be working weird on this track. It seems to go back to the positions before the start-finish line until this checkpoint. Maybe we just don't question it. We'll see what happens at the end. Yeah, see, it seems to sort itself out at this checkpoint. There we go. It's a strange one. One of the quirks. But looking good for Snorker right now. Lap 3 and a good lead. Pesky Bird, Iceman and Moo side by side. Eggbot, Fluids and Stardust side by side. Demon, Jimmy and Weep. Oh, Weep side by side. And the green slushy is not doing too great. Not doing too great so far. Superboss. Superboss. Talking of not doing so great. The jinx worked. Unfortunately for Superboss, it worked on them. But I don't think Superboss has anything to worry about at the moment. Unless this is the start of the end for them. But F's in the chat for Superboss off the track. Gives other people a chance to gain on the standings. And Moo, out of nowhere, is now up at the front competing with Snorker and is just in front. Maybe going for a fastest lap as well. See if it's quick enough. Coming around to the ladder. There's a nudge. Snorker doesn't quite stay on though. Moo makes it on. So Moo will be leading on the ladder. And then we've got Fludes blocking Demon. Demon will go behind. Jimmy getting in front of Pesky Bird. Pesky Bird will be joined by Stardust. Then we've got Iceman. Wirt and Eggbot. And going on to lap 4. Not quick enough for the fastest lap. It's a strong lap by Snorker. Again, we'll see the positions go weird. Be interesting to see what happens when they cross the finish line, whether the positions actually update correctly for the end of the lap. Gotta hope so. Otherwise, we could have a very controversial finish. We'll have to wait and see. Still no one managing to get the inside line. Bit of a gap now from second to third. Flude's going to hit Demon into the wall and overtake. Some contact between Stardust and Jimmy. Going into the zigzag, Stardust getting past. And Fludes and Demon now joining Snorker on the steps. Pesky Bird getting overtaken. Jimmy, Iceman, Stardust will be side by side. Oh, the position is just because of the updating on the finish line. Seems a bit weird on this one for some reason. It doesn't seem to update correctly until the first checkpoint following the start finish line. Like I say, it could be interesting on the final lap whether the positions will be correct going across the line. We'll have to see. An incredible line there by Snorker. Great play to reclaim that lead. And it's a good lead. Moo's going to have to chase Snorker back down. Demon trying to lunge for the inside, but not enough speed to get past Stardust and Fludes. And both of the icebreakers currently, I would say the positions, but don't really know from the standings on the side, from the positions. But they are side by side. Fludes and Stardust of the Balls of Steel also side by side. And Moo trying to gain on Snorker. There you see it update, and then Moo will come across and update back into first. Very strange. Yeah, very strange. Strange to watch. Is there something invisible around the finish line? I don't know. I don't really know what it'd be that would make it go back to like the old positions. Like updates when the person in front goes through, but then the person in second goes through. And yeah, I don't know. Bit of a strange one. Just gonna have to cheer for Moo. Wow, Moo currently neck and neck with Snorker for first. going up to the ladder. They both make it on. Bit of a rollback, but they're both on side by side. And Jimmy gradually closing that gap. Stardust, Iceman, and Fluids both making it on. Alfonso and Wheat running a bit behind at the moment. Superboss currently the only one off. Looking like possibly the only DNF. Moo get the block here. There's a little bit of contact, but Jimmy's going to come through and push Moo, meaning Snorker will keep hold of that lead. But Jimmy will be bumped up to second. Snorker with more speed down this straight. Jimmy might go for another hit play, and Moo's going to get revenge. Jimmy tried to give Snorker a shove, but not enough, and then Moo came in to get that revenge. Fluids going to give Jimmy a shove as well, and Fluids will go up into third. Iceman dodging there. We're giving a little tap to Demon and to Eggbot to help gain some time, and it has paid off. And looked like it might have helped Demon as well. See what's going on further back. Pesky Bird, Shady, Cheese, Azur, Alfonso, and then Weep. Weep, after a good last race, is now back to Weep things. And Fluids going up into the lead on the final lap of the race. Snorker close second. Moo in third. Can they hold it down to the end? Jimmy close behind Stardust. Snorker still holding the fastest lap as well. Maybe have to get an extra point out of that. There's some contact through the zigzag. A pile up as Moo joins in as well, but Snorker's got a good release, but we'll have to wait for the step to come down, and that means it's Moo, Snorker, and Fluids all battling it out for that first place. We'll see someone get the shortcut. Yeah, no one seems to actually get the inside line here. Maybe if you had a lot of people racing side by side, you may see people get squeezed out into it. Another reason to get more people involved, so that you can see that shortcut, if ever there was a reason. And Snorker actually had the best line there. I was going to say Fluids had a good line. Rough hit on the turn for Fluids. Could that slow speed benefit here? Maybe use a tactic hitting Snorker. They do. Although it actually helped more for Snorker. There's no contact there either, means Snorker's going to break away into the lead once again. Moo's going to tuck in front of Fluids. Further back, got a group here, all piling up. Got Jimmy, Iceman, Eggbot, Stardust, and Bwer. And then Demon, followed by Cheese. Oh, and Snorker. As we look away, it's over for Snorker. F's in the chat. Yeah, see, as Demon says, that's why they subbed. For that ad-free viewing, no interruptions, and no missing someone DNFing off the track because of an ad. Now we're going to see what happens across the line. Is Snorker going to get saved by glitchy game? Coming around the final corner, Moo takes the win. Fluids takes second. Of course, Snorker can't even cross the line, so we wouldn't even see if they glitched back up a position. Be impossible for them. Then it's Jimmy, Stardust, Iceman. We're and Eggbot neck and neck, but Eggbot taking 6th, we're taking 7th. Demon taking 8th, Cheese taking 9th. It looks like it does work on the final lap. That is what counts. Alfonso 10th, Pesky Bird 11th, Shady 12th, Azur 13th, and it must be pain for Snorker seeing that position drop on the final lap, just dropping bit by bit. The extra point of the fastest lap would at least recover 1 point, but that is a rough way to go out. Weep 14th, that'd be Snorker in 15th, Superboss in 16th. Tell you what, first place for Moo right now. This could be huge in the standings. Currently just outside top 3. Have to see. We'll have to see in just a minute. But Moo is our winner. Congratulations to Moo on taking the win. It was a good race, a lot of action. It was looking like it's going to be Snorkers coming down to that final lap. But a choke on the final lap means Moo takes the win. Fluids not far behind, taking second. But quite the race, quite close. There's a battle going on, especially for getting into the top 3. Speed things up a bit. Get this countdown going. And wait for the DNFs to be finalized. See, maybe the trail paid off. Maybe it is pay to win. So there we go, 2 DNFs. Eggbot and Moo are the only ones you'd accept a win from. What about yourself? Did you not include yourself in that one? So choose prediction. We have 1 correct. Choose outcome. 1 person got it right. And that person was Demon. So well done, Demon, on getting the prediction correct. Enjoy your eggs. Spend them wisely. Or save them. Or throw them all away on a prediction. Completely up to you. You do win predictions a lot, yeah. Whenever you actually predict or show up, yeah, you tend to be pretty bang on with them. But Jimmy looks like they went off as well after the race, where they secured their 3rd. So, and I saw the hydrate as well, just took a drink. Now, going to put the results over on the leaderboard and be back in just a minute with the standings. Alright, the results have been entered, so let's head over to the standings. So, following that race, Superboss still holding the lead, but not picking up many points with that 16th place finish, but still picking up some. Of course, you get points all the way down to 20th, and we only have 16 people racing, so you're always going to get some points, but that gap is closing now. Superboss will have to not slack too much going into these final few races. But Moo with that win, moving up into 2nd with 478 points. Azur in 3rd with 457. Shady now in 4th with 452. We're in 5th with 443. Jimmy in 6th with 436. Stardust 7th with 433. Fluids in 8th with 432, Iceman in 9th with 420, and Cheese in 10th with 403. Then we have Eggbot, Peskybird, Alfonso, Weep, Demon, and Snorker. Yes, 2 spots gained by Moo, jumping from 4th to 2nd. A big win late in the season. But again, it's still close. It's still close, and the gap on Superboss is closing. So Superboss got some work to keep up that lead. Try not to throw it away in the end. In the team standings, Tutti Frutti still managing to hang on to first with 453 points, Balls of Steel in second with 436, Green Slushies third with 425, Icebreakers fourth with 424, Eternal Darkness in fifth with 419, and then we have Grandmasters and Doge Balls tied, Ultraviolets, Marble Minions, then Snowballs. So I'll tell you what, Snorker's season, if you track Snorker's season across the races, it's been quite the roller coaster, but it's not looking good now. It's not looking good. Demon, well, just Demon. Typical Demon season. And Weep, yeah, Weep doing Weep things. Usual suspects, Weep and Demon. Usual suspects. But that is going to do it for this race. Now the stream is going to continue. We are going to be jumping on the Minecraft server after this. So if you want to stick around for that, then by all means come and join us. Either come jump in the server yourself or stick around to watch. But that is going to do it for this race and this video on YouTube. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you all enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next one.